In today's movie review, I'll be watching the crime thriller Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which is directed by Ruben Fleischer and stars Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco, Isla Fisher and Morgan Freeman. Let's give you the plot. The original four horsemen return to join three new magicians on a mission from the Eye to steal the legendary heart diamond from corrupt heiress Veronica Vanderberg. During the heist, they uncover personal secrets and a twist revealing that one of the new recruits has been manipulating events to expose Veronica and settle a long-buried family score. Some people refer to this as a cross between The Prestige and Ocean's 11. This is the third movie in the franchise. First we had the first one with Now You See Me in 2013, and then 3 years later in 2016 we had Now You See Me 2, and each film has had a different director. With this film's director, they're known for films like Zombieland, Uncharted and Venom. A couple of things to note with going into the casting for this one is that Michael Caine, who was in the previous 2 movies, is not back in this one as he retired in 2023. And then we have Isla Fisher, who was in the original movie playing one of the 4 original horsemen. She's now back in this one because she missed the second one due to having a baby. Excitement level. It's very, very low, I'm afraid. I did see the original film back when it came out on DVD, and I watched probably about the first 20 minutes of it, and I really just didn't enjoy it. It just wasn't for me. I have watched the previous 2 films in preparation for tonight's review, and boy did I found them a bit of a slog to get through. At times I didn't understand what was going on, why characters were doing what they were doing, the overall, I just didn't understand the overall conceit of the story itself, like the horsemen and why they did what they did. But also, I said at the start, people refer to this as a cross between The Prestige and Ocean's 11, when really it's only Ocean's 11 on surface level, as in, yeah, they kind of do heist stuff, but that's about it. They're just a bit way too over the top. They're very much like Fast and the Furious movies, and it's quite unsurprising considering the director of the first film made one of the Fast and the Furious films. But aside from that, they're not very funny, and when it comes to the magic in it, it's just, they're more like wizards and strange superhero beings rather than actual magicians pulling off like a con or an illusion. And it's not like I don't like magic films. I absolutely love The Prestige by Christopher Nolan. If you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. And also The Incredible Burt Wonderstone, which is a very light and silly film, but it plays so much homage to magicians in general. And again, if you haven't seen that one, definitely recommend that one as well. But also, I'm actually a professional full-time magician by trade, so this should really be an easy sell for me, and it's not. I'm probably not going to like this film, having not really enjoyed the other 2. When it does come to the other 2, the first one was probably the stronger one. I think for the first quarter at least, I was actually enjoying myself, and then the more the film went on, I just kind of checked out. But the second one, it had some scenes in there, it was well shot, but other than that, and a couple of scenes, it was really, really bad, that one. So fingers crossed, it's at least a little bit better than those 2, or at least that one. So it's a very low bar for the film in which to jump. Let's see if they can do it. Just had a quick look over here and noticed some new popcorn buckets. In preparation for Wicked for Good, we have this pink one here, and also this green one here as well. I think this is probably the better of the 2, and it's sort of decorated inside there as well. But they're kind of like the standard typical popcorn buckets, nothing too exciting, but yeah, I think that looks okay. So it's just about time to go in and watch the movie. As always, leave us a like and subscribe and join us on the journey on this channel. So now let's go in and I'll let you know my thoughts after the movie. Okay, with the movie over, I normally go over the highlights and the hang-ups. I'm literally just going to go straight into the hang-ups because I can't think of any positive thing to say about this film. I didn't enjoy the previous 2 films. And this is very much in the same vein as those 2 films, so naturally it wasn't geared to me enjoying it. The only positive I could find is at the end credits they had a song called Lucky, and I actually thought that was a pretty good tune, and I Shazammed it. I actually really liked that. That is literally the only thing I can think of. Never understood in this franchise that you've got magicians, but they're suddenly all Jason Bourne, because when there's an action scene, they just know how to just kick everybody's butt. I mean, it's stuff like that it's just so silly. I really can't get on board with the movie. When you put it in the context of why they're doing the action scene, it really makes my eyes roll into the back of my head. Just like the other films, they have their ideas of like what they want to do in a movie. So they might have the the water escape illusion, the water tank escape, and they'll just find some way to sort of just push that into the movie. It doesn't naturally build to it in any way. And lots of times I was just like scratching in my head. Some of it's just really, really, as I said, mind-numbingly stupid. Why did they go to the secret magician's base, for lack of a better word? That's how much attention I was paying to this film. But why did they go there? It's like they just wanted to go there just so they could just show off a bunch of stuff to do with magic. The performances by everybody in this film really just felt like they were just phoning it in. There was nothing that really, it's just like they were just reading the lines off the script. Nothing really jumped out to me. Even Morgan Freeman, who had a smaller role in this film, he almost felt like he was phoning it in too. In the previous two films, whenever he was like opening his mouth saying lines, I tended to listen, but this, it really just sort of washed over me. The villain in the story was played by Rosamund Pike. I actually do like this actress. I absolutely love the film The World's End, and she's really, really great in it. But her performance was okay. She had like a South African accent. I heard it in the trailer and I thought, oh, that's not good. But when I heard it throughout the movie, it wasn't as distracting as I thought it was going to be. So she played it okay. She didn't play it any better or any worse than we've had from the villains in the previous two. I don't think I need to say that there's just way too many characters in this. I mean, we've got the original four, plus we've got the horsemen from the second film again, and now we've got 3 additional new people that make up the entire horsemen. Another thing that really kind of annoys me in this film is the contrivances. All too often, like, people would be in exactly where they need to be, and it makes no sense that that chain of events comes together to make that moment happen. Take, for example, and maybe this is ever so slightly spoilery, I think it's all 8 horsemen. I mean, it's ridiculous that we've got 8 horsemen. All the horsemen come together to block the exit of Rosamund Pike's character, and she literally just, like, I don't know, pulls a switch and they just vanish into a trap door. It's just dumb that they would all be standing exactly on that spot for them to fall into this trap. And it's clearly like a magic trap, and so, you know, she had that plan all along to put that box down there. If this film had done like what they say this film's a little bit like Ocean's 11, if it had done something like that, where they really ground the magicians and actually make them into real people rather than being superheroes who've just got all the tricks and stuff of Jason Bourne, but all the magic of, say, Doctor Strange. If they would just ground it, if they kept the plot more simple, because it's just like putting distractions in front of you, just almost like coming across like it's clever when it's really not. It's just confusing, silly, over the top, and dumb at times. Final rating. There was a lot of exposition in this film. Just characters just standing around explaining the plot. It doesn't even try to follow the path of what magicians actually do. It just approaches the idea at a very surface level. And then when it did move forward with action, it was just so laughably bad and stupid, I just completely switched off. Again, I have to take it back to this film being very much like the Fast and the Furious franchise, which is a franchise I absolutely detest. I do not like it. Where you've got a plot that don't really make sense, it's just there just to hang a load of little action scenes and flashy things happening, and that's really all there is to it. It's just one of those mind-numbing films where they just throw spectacle at you while you eat your popcorn. Really, really didn't enjoy it. I'm going to give Now You See Me, Now You Don't 0 stars. What I will say is, though, if you did enjoy the previous 2 films, I think you're really going to like this film because it does all the things that you might like from those previous entries. Do you know, sitting here thinking about it, I think one of the reasons I'm probably a bit more, not angry, but probably a bit more animated in my negative review is probably what I should have done is I should have just probably watched this film and this film alone. But in preparation, I've watched Now You See Me 1, 2, and now 3, so I feel like I've wasted a gigantic amount of my time. Have you seen Now You See Me, Now You Don't? If you have, let me know in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? If you're enjoying the channel so far, do press like and subscribe. And you can follow my other playlists, which include movie reviews, movie rankings, movie locations, and movie attractions. I want to thank you again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.